Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. It's Redbird here. Now, today we have a brand new speculation map and the final one that has released by HN Nightmares. Yes, so our friends at HN Nightmares, they always drop a few speculation maps before Horror Night to get us all ready, and most of the time they're 95% right, honestly. So, this is what Horror Nights could be looking like. Now, starting us off up top, we have Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Now, the last time they were here at the event in Hollywood was in 2022, you know, and it's gonna be in the same location where it was at that year, and where Texas Chainsaw was at 2 years ago, and Scarecrow, the Reaping, the year prior. Now, obviously, Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a huge fan favorite, so the fact that it's gonna make its return, it's huge because it is speculated that the theme this year could be surrounded with clowns. So that's gonna be nice. So now moving on to the next one. Now, looking at the picture, we see the clock that is turning upside down, and that can only mean one thing and one thing only: Stranger Things. Stranger Things 5, to be precise. Now this is in the studio where Five Nights at Freddy's was at last year, and the Weekend houses as well. You know, it is most likely happening because the fact that season 5 happened and the show has ended. Now, of course, Horror Nights has always had a house for it after every season, so it is only right for it to have one for its final season. And plus, it's always a moneymaker, and it's always a time pack line. That line is always going to be busy because of the fans that go just for Stranger Things. It happens. Pero man, I love that house. I love that idea. I like Stranger Things. So I feel that house is gonna be awesome. That house is gonna be really, really good. You know. So this supposedly could be the last one, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they make a huge house of all the seasons of Stranger Things and just call it the Stranger Things house or something. Next, we have some clown on clown action, and I believe that is going to be Hollywood Harry versus Jack the Clown from Orlando. Now, this house will be where the mummy is at, and Hollywood Harry, of course, is an icon here in Hollywood, and Jack an icon in Orlando. So it'll be nice to see what happens, whether they fight each other or team up, who knows, who knows. But I believe this will be the house for this location. It'll be something new and refreshing for everyone to enjoy. Now, and that's gonna be awesome. These two icons, either they go at it or they team up to freaking causes daño, pues. So who knows how that one is? But most likely that's what's gonna be happening. Because obviously in Orlando they already have their house, with Jack y el otro vato, the Goblin. ¿Verdad? Se me olvidó su nombre, pero Oddfellow. There we go. El Goblin Oddfellow. So that's gonna be nice. So I feel here we're also gonna have some type of version of that, but with Hollywood Harry. With that, we move to the next one. Now, next to Jurassic World, this is a new one that we have not seen, but we have a grave and a hand coming out next to it. So it is most likely something to do with zombies, since they be popping out with their hands blessed from the dirt and from their graves like nothing. But what could it be? Could it be The Walking Dead? Possibly Zombieland, the movie? Who knows? But for sure, it has to be something with zombies. It just has to be. It has to be something with zombies. And with that, we finish the lower lot and we make our way up. Next to where Monstros has been at all these years, we have a lady next to a cake. And that could mean a party or a quinceañera, because it does look like a Latina lady. So it could be a quinceañera gone wrong or some crazy story happening, but it is something new. And who says no to that? I know it'll be good for sure. Monstros had an amazing run. Honestly, these past 3 years, it's been amazing. And it's been really, really, really good. So this is something new. It's something exciting. And it's going to be amazing. And it's going to be awesome to look forward to. And now with that, we move over next to where The Walking Dead was always at during the day and regular Universal for the first confirmed IP that we will have at Horror Nights. Now that confirmed house being Sinners. Yes, Sinners has officially been confirmed. You know, I said in the last video, if you guys haven't seen it, ahí está, we got the confirmation by Universal themselves. That is the first house announced and confirmed for this year's Horror Nights. Now, like I said, it's next to where Monstros was always at. And for example, Fallout was there last year and A Quiet Place prior. You know, so Sinners being and coming to Horror Nights, it's huge and it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen that movie, I recommend it so much. It is so good, and it just fits in perfectly with everything for Horror Nights. Everything, the music, the scenes, the characters, everything is gonna be amazing. So that's gonna be a fantastic house, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really, really, really good. Sí, se los recomiendo. And now we're moving on a little bit up to the scare zones. So let's go. Now, for the first scare zone, if you look, it looks like some birds, but they're not just any birds. They are the crows, and it is the crow family that it's been here already for a long time. They've been here, but it's crazy. They keep expanding and getting bigger and bigger, but it's fun. It's always nice for them to be there. You know, truly awesome and amazing family at Horror Nights, so it's always nice seeing them. You know, you can take pictures with them y todo, so it's really cool. It's gonna be awesome seeing them. And now with that, we move over to the Terror Tram. Now, the Terror Tram, if you see, it looks like the trash bags, and there's only one person that really carries around esas bolsas. You know, it's not a janitor, but Terrifier, aka Art the Clown. Why? Because he carries all his tools in there, everything that he uses for his actions, ¿verdad? Por sus acciones. He carries everything in there. So that was also, those trash bags were also brought up last year when it was rumored for Terrifier to arrive. So obviously the Terror Tram has been Blumhouse, you know, these past 2 years. And it's been cool. It's been cool. Pero ya, pues it's been Blumhouse nomás, you know, realistically. But with Terrifier, it brings something new and something amazing because he was such a success and a hit last year. Everyone loves seeing him. So, you know, why not pack up those lines for the Terror Tram? You know, everyone loves Terrifier. So imagine seeing him as you walk through everything towards the Terror Tram. It's going to be awesome seeing him there. So that is most likely going to be him taking over the Terror Tram. And either way, he has a lot of different costumes and things, or Santa Claus and everything with the glasses y todo. He has everything already to take over the Terror Tram, and it'll be perfect and it'll be crazy. All right. So now with that, we move on to the next one. Now we reach the scare zone for when you enter the park, and the scary people y todo receive you in. Now in that part, there is a banana. Now the strong rumor is that being a Fortnite, aka in its event plus time of Halloween, Fortnite mares. Because one of Fortnite's most recognizable skin is the banana known as Peely. So it's random, but is it really? You know, because Fortnite has worked a lot with all these franchises known like Wednesday and Jason and Saw and Scream. You know, Scream, Ghostface, So, hey, it could be a loophole. It could be a loophole, to be honest, you know? Because technically they're by Fortnite, ¿verdad? They're with Fortnite y todo. So imagine Universal gets them and is able to use them for the event. It's the craziest loophole ever. Will it work? I don't think so. I don't think that's really what's gonna happen. But that'll be awesome, you know. That'll be really, really cool, you know. Pero hopefully, you know, a man could dream, and who knows, you know, who knows? It could be that. So yeah, with that, we are done con todo eso de arriba, and now we head down, passing Harry Potter. So let's go allá abajo. So now we reach to the point where Terrifier was at last year, and we see pins on a head, and that can only mean Pinhead, also known as Hellraiser. Chinga, Hellraiser. You know, now this has been the strongest rumor for the longest of time, you know, and what a time for it to arrive. It will be exciting seeing the icon of Pinhead coming to life in HHN. This is a rumor that started even before last year's Horror Night ended. You know, it was just something that was just running and hearing in the rumblings y todo. and it'll be awesome seeing him live and in person. You know, that's a crazy, you know, figure and person pues to look like. You know, yo de morro de niño, I was always freaked out by him. I'm not gonna lie, because it's crazy. So many pins y todo on his head. Cause it's Pinhead. It's Pinhead. Pero that's where he's gonna be at. You know, right there where Terrifier was at last year, Ghostbusters the year prior to that. So it's gonna be awesome seeing him there, you know, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be him, you know. It has to be. The rumors have been strong forever. Pero nomás falta la confirmation. And now we move over to its partner right next to it. So finally, as we could see right next to it, we end with the rock and roll signed. Now that could only mean one thing and one thing only, and that being the Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. Now the rumor in the beginning was a Lady Gaga house, but slowly it started turning into an Ozzy Osbourne tribute of the late great legend. And that's what it was most likely gonna end up being, you know. That's what's probably gonna arrive at Horror Nights. You know, the music experience will be amazing in this house. Hearing the music and the songs, as we've known, their music setup and their sound y todo is crazy. It's gonna be amazing, you know. And they're really awesome with tribute houses. You know, we got one last year, of course, for Bray Wyatt with the horrors of the Wyatt Six, and that was one of the best houses they had. So I know this house is gonna be awesome as well. It's gonna be really, really great. It's gonna be scary, and it's gonna be awesome with the music y todo in the background. So I know this house will be awesome, and it's gonna be great. I know it will. It's gonna be awesome. La verdad, va a estar chido. Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, todo. Rock on, my friend. Rock on. And finally, ahí in the boat, pues of course, is the Purge Waters. You know, it's gonna be back as well for sure. You know, pero that's it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support, and I appreciate all the love that you guys have shown the videos y todo. And man, this speculation map is gonna be awesome. I know Universal for sure, they're gonna have to confirm something pretty soon. And when they confirm it, I'll be here to let you guys know. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one for more Horror Nights content. It's Robert out. Adios. Bye. Peace. Bye.